Okay, we're back with another project. This project involves installing an AC pump on blue and greenie. But we're going to start with greenie because greenie is a rust bucket. So we don't care if we make mistakes on that one. Thing is, we can't make mistakes on this one. Okay? This is... Body is perfect, no rust whatsoever anywhere. Rust bucket. Okay, we're going to install AC system that is powered by the batteries. So it pays to have several batteries. I got 3. But you don't need to have 3 batteries. You just have to have a good battery and a good alternator. And basically you don't turn it on until your car is running. Then you turn it on, you'll be fine. Anyways, so that is the plan. We're going to go ahead and remove the seat and start tearing the carpet because we need to run some cabling. We need to make some holes in here to pass the pipes and everything. Don't know how anything is gonna go. I'm just gonna do what comes natural and then just readjust everything and then readjust everything and then readjust everything. I think it's gonna be like that. Okay, that's usually how projects like this go. So don't be surprised if you see something and you say, oh, but he did it this way. And then you say, wait, he changed it. Okay, it's going to be kind of like that. But I think this is a well worth project because I live in Bakersfield. And Bakersfield is generally hot, man. Summers are hot. Average temperature is 105 for 3 months. When we get a heat wave, yeah, 105 is not a heat wave. So we get a heat wave, it's between 110 and 115. Every now and then it'll go to 120. So it's hot, man, hot. So this AC system we're installing is battery powered and it has the ability to heat. So basically, the thing we're going to be installing that's over there, it's basically a mini split like that. That thing blows hot air, man. Hot air and cold air, depending on the time of the year. So we're going to be doing this exact same thing over here. I don't know how it's going to look. It may look pretty. It may look ugly. It may look disappointing. And then at the end, it may look pretty. All right, let's get started.
It was actually very difficult to get this power wire to the battery. This was glue, man. This glue was glue. And it was just very difficult to undo the passage right here so I could get the wiring going up through here, which you can't see because I'm a badass. Yeah, whatever. So I've got all the wiring for the AC going through there and my RCAs for my base bombado. And then this, I am debating if I should put it right there, or right here. I don't know. But basically, this is how much wire I have, which would be more than enough to do there for the pump. But I don't know how far away I can get away from the head unit that's inside with the AC lines coming through to here. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mock it up over there. Well, I'm going to attach everything over there. Then I'm going to attach the lines, those lines, and then see how far I can go, with the lines. And then I'm thinking, I don't want to do this, but I don't see how else to do this. I might have to make a hole right here. Like, yay, big hole. Remove this whole thing right here and the condenser right there. Because I don't know where else to put it. You can't put it on the front. It's going to get crushed. First speed bump I get. Done. Can't put it on the rear because I have a center mount transmission bar right there. So that kind of takes the space where I would have put it, but it's still, I'm afraid it may bottom out. And adios condenser. fan. Probably the fan will take a shit. So, not only that, I don't think the AC lines are that long, so they're not going to reach. So I have to keep the fan, the assembly, the condenser assembly, in the front. In the front. So this guy I could do like on the side, like over here, and then try to keep everything to this side where I'm going to be cutting and putting in the condenser, so that we have cooling effect. Just to give you an idea. Something like that. It actually goes down further. It's just, there we go. See? Push it all the way over there. That should, in theory, cool, maybe? I don't know. Okay, we're just mocking this up on this car because we don't want to do this on the blue car and make holes that we don't need to make holes. So we're going to test everything that we can do here. And I mean, I had like a rat's nest over there that I cleaned up. My amplifier had to move it this way. I'm not sure if I want to put the pump right there. This is why I cleaned up everything. So I had to remove a lot of wires that were not being used, and everything just looked like shit. But the rat nest that's typical for a Beetle. First line in. Okay, I need to add another spacer right there just to get it a little bit more square. Then we're gonna add a face right here, like a metal face, kind of like this, going like that. Oops, you know, covering up this hole. And this is where all the switches are gonna go. We have success. Okay, we got the second hose. This is low pressure. It's a little harder to connect. Because we don't have the room. But it's pretty good. I'd say I give it an 8 out of a 10. So, okay. So far, we've got 2 lines connected. Now we need the other lines connected. I still don't know if I want to put it right here, the compressor. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna try to organize these pipes so that they don't look like well, spaghetti. I decided it's gonna go there because I'm gonna need the room for the condenser to open up the bottom so it can suck air. The bottom, and it's, yeah. So this one coily is gonna be right there. I have to coil it up because they're too long, and I don't want anything that's up and down coils because the oil will pool on those little coilies. So they have to be flat. Otherwise, this thing is not going to live that long. It'll work, but I mean, it's just going to go out real quick. All right, so this is the high pressure coming in from the condenser or the evaporator. It's already all connected. The wiring is all connected to the condenser. I got the wire ran all the way to the battery. I'm not going to connect it until it's ready to get powered up. Okay, next is this guy to the condenser, and the other hose that's coming in from there, the low pressure, to the condenser also. It's connected. It looks like shit, but it's gonna be covered up with cardboard, so nice and carpeted, and you're not gonna see this. This will be invisible. Yeah. I still need to make the hole so that the air exhausts through the bottom of the car and basically sucks air from here. I need to cut it also. The expansion thing is already installed. It is ugly, but what are you gonna do? Right. Everything's connected. All the connections are connected. I got my power wires down here. We're not gonna connect it to the batteries. I got 3 batteries, so I should be fine. Until we're sure that everything's gonna stay the way it is, because I might have to loosen the union and do stuff, you know. So we're not gonna charge it until I'm happy with all the setup, the way it looks and everything. But let's see if it closes. It should. Oh yeah, no biggie. Oh yeah, you can't even tell.
This bracket came in with it. It's beefy, man. This bracket is beefy. It's like a 1/4 inch. I was gonna use it down there, but I couldn't. There's just no way. Right there in that little area right there, I couldn't. There's just not. There's no room. It's too big. Too big. So I couldn't do it there. So I had to do it in there. Other than that, Blue is probably gonna get it also, but I wanted to do this first on this car, just so because this is a rust bucket, and Blue is kind of like the body is perfect, and we don't want to cut holes that don't need to be cut. You know what I mean? So we figured we'd do it on the rust bucket first, learn on this one, and then we'll do it on Blue. Everything is almost all where it should be. We got this side. That's that side. Okay. Still have to hook up all my, what do you call it? Y-band and all that shit. This is just hanging right now. Over there, just hanging. So I have to yeah. Other than that, we've got way too much hoses over here. And it's just not, that's not acceptable. So we're going to have to find a way to coil this stuff in a way that it's not visible. Also, pump is already mounted. Okay, we found the location where we're gonna run that pump, but that pump, I want it to be here, obviously, somewhere around here, ish, right there. So we're gonna have to put the carpet back on, cover all that rat's nest, just unsightly wires and stuff, and RCAs and stuff. Oh, this is the RCAs. Anyways, and basically, so we're gonna have to make holes on the carpet with an iron, so that we don't unthread the carpet, because those are very, very what do you call it? Delicate. You can do that if you just run a screw. It'll unthread the carpet. So we have to burn it, make the hole permanent, and then we can put the pump back on. But we definitely need to remove this, and I think I know how to do it. I have a pretty good idea what to do to make it go away without cutting it, because I was thinking of cutting it and putting little barbed AC joiners, you know, a joint barbed, but I thought we're just introducing more fail points, you know, where I could have a leak. So I was like, okay, you know what, forget that. So that's not in the options. So I figured I might be able to hide this under the dash, because you can't really see under the dash. So I figured if I could run it that way underneath the dash, inside, run it that way, and then run it back, and then come back out, and then hook up to the pump, we might not have this ugly shit. Over here, it's pretty much, yeah, it'll work. I have no problems with that. So we've got this hose finally all into the interior. Underneath, we're gonna go and just zip tie it to the roof, which would be this roof of the interior. Yeah. So all the other hoses, like that hose right here, which goes to this, is perfect. Same thing with this one, which is the high pressure. Perfect. No problems with it. The lengths are not all over the place, but now it looks a lot cleaner. Now I can tuck these over here in the corner, and it should be seamless, or at least cleaner. Seamless? I don't think so. And then I have to run my base boom bottom shit, which is my RCAs, into the glove compartment, and everybody's happy. I'm very satisfied the way it turned out. Where's the light? So that's how it goes over there. Does a loop-de-doop over there, complete loop, and it comes back. Oh god, back and connects right here. This is a low pressure. That's the longest hose. All the other hose, they're pretty much fall into the ballpark where it's okay. They're okay. So I don't have to shorten any hose anymore. I'm content. Now I'm gonna make the bracket for here, because this is where the controls are gonna go. Right here.
That'll be the air. And this one, it'll be the temperature control. We've had an improvement. Okay, so we moved that over about 3 inches just to make room for those gauges. Most important one is my Y band, and where's the other one? I don't know. Nope, not that one. That's the, and the oil pressure. This is hydraulic, so this is reliable versus those digital ones. They go to shit. And then my voltage, it's not that important. So we'll put it way the hell over there where I can't see it because it's the steering wheel. And we'll put our Y band on this first hole, and then the oil. So Y band, oil, volts. All right, that takes care of that. Okay, my cardboard is almost done. Okay, now this is gonna be metal. Okay, metal. So, and it's gonna be painted black to match. So it'll be like continuous blackness like that. And I was thinking of adding that. I'm not too sure if I should add it or just lop it off right there. Now it's gonna get secured right here, here, and here, and quite possibly maybe a screw over here, and maybe over here, maybe one in the center. I don't know. And then we'll make the holes for the switch. That's the whole idea. Okay, so there's a little fabbing going on here. So we're doing a little CAD, cardboard aided drawings, or whatever the hell that's called. All right, that's what we're doing. We're sending that to the fabricator. Oh wait, that's me. So I'm gonna get my pieces of metal and transfer that to the metal and cut it. Starting to look really good. I mean, look at that. She's not tucked right and all that stuff, but it's just to give me an idea of how it's gonna look. I can live with that. I can live with that. And I still haven't put the back thing to cover up the rat's nest. But basically, once that's cut out of metal and black with Z buttons, I'll finish it off, put all the gauges on. Woo! I love this thing. It's turning out putty.
1 week later.
There's a lot of time has passed since I started installing the AC. I don't have time. And today looks like I might have some time to do more stuff. I actually locked that? Are you fucking kidding me? Anyways, so I gotta do the cardboard thing out of metal. Much better. Anyways, so the seat is just, you know, kind of sideways. It's not even connected. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and cut this out of metal. I'm thinking that I'm just gonna fold it right here. This thing, this edge, just fold it backwards, and yeah, because it's gonna look kind of weird if I continue it, you know, all the way over here. It's just gonna look weird, and I don't want that. Not only that, if we're in an accident, whoever has a knee right in this area, consider that leg gone. So it's probably a bad idea. So we're just gonna make this shorter so that it just fits flush to this edge right here. All right, so that's more or less where they're gonna be. I know they look a little crooked. It's because they're pointing upwards, because they're not solidly screwed in with the little plate, you know. So I'm just gonna put them right there. So all right, so now I just have to know exactly where I'm going to make that line. Anyways, I'm gonna make that short, cut that off, and basically just what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a line right here and fold this in about 1 inch or 2 that way. So it looks kind of, you know, not sharp and it'll cut your fingers or whatever accidentally. Same thing over here. I wanna have enough going down so I don't get my fingers cut right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall all my gauges. They're just hanging. And it should be done. Everything should function correctly. So I cut two of them out of that square sheet right there using my template. I know exactly where I have to drill, where I have to bend,
and where I have to bend right here also, and here.
So we got both our things cut. So we have one for the green bug, one for the blue bug. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use nitric acid to remove all the remaining rust. Reason I don't want to keep using the disc, because I noticed that this one, with the heat that I was making, is starting to warp in certain areas, and I don't want a super wavy piece of metal. So I was like, oh, okay. So this is why I didn't go as much on this one, because I knew it wasn't, I don't want to overheat it and warp it and get funky looks on this when it's all painted black. So we're going to use nitric acid, since I have a pool, nitric acid. So I'm going to go ahead and just use a brush and then put a film of saran wrap to keep it from evaporating. Just leave it out for a couple of hours, see if it does anything. If not, I'll just leave it overnight, see how that works.
That out. I mean, it's only been here for like 2 minutes, and it's already starting to get white, or rust is starting to disappear. It looks like piss. Wow, that's 15 minutes. Look at it. It's almost rust-free. So I'll check it another 15 minutes.
We just installed this, but it's not screwed in yet. It's going to get screwed right here and here. Just want to see how this is going to look. Let's say it's good. So I'm going to fold this that way so that it has more of a clean look. Other than that, this is perfect. I like it. I like it. All right. So I'm going to take it off and get it painted. And next time you see it, it'll have the buttons so you can turn it on. And let's see. See, I could probably have moved it a little bit lower, but my problem was that this edge is actually about here. And because it's a rectangle thing going up and down like that, that thing is going to hit this side on the top side, and it's going to be crooked, and then that's why they're that high. But other than that, si no te le fijas, no se nota. I can live with that. I'm not, yeah. And then that scratch right here, I don't want to talk about it. Something always happens. Something always happens. Anyway, so, God, that's going to bother me. That's going to bother me. Dear God. Oh, well, I'll just have to live with it. I'm not redoing this. F that. This is too hard. So, anyways, so make sure your holes are aligned, before you drill, or your marks. Anyways, this is how it turned out back here. All right. Okay, this wire was loose on the inside. This was loose on the inside. Now, that's just for the LED, this LED right here. Now, you do have to drill an extra hole right there so that the LED goes through. See? Okay. All right. So it's 3 holes. And make sure your holes are dead on, or you're going to end up like this. So we'll get better on blue. This is not going to happen on blue. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and install this plate there. And then I should be able to fill it and do a test run, see how it cools. And then we'll figure out how many holes we're going to make on the front end of the Beetle. But yeah. Okay. Let's put this on. I thought this was going to be like a rinkety-dink, shit that's probably going to squeak and shit. Sloppy. Nope. This thing is like solid, man. All right. So, yeah, my buttons are a little too high, but the problem is that this edge is like right here. And then these blocks go down, from the backside. So that's as low as I can put them. Not only that, when I put this plate on with these things on to this, on this plate, when I put it back on here, I actually had to disassemble it from here to make room to get it in, because those blocks are so long and I couldn't get them in. So I undid that, put the plate in, and then redid that. And now everything's solid. It's screwed up here. That was the whole deal. That way it gets rigidity. So, okay, that's the footrest. All right. Some Beetles, they don't have this, so the carpet just goes all the way over there, and then up, and it covers up all that ugly stuff. But basically, we just need to make a hole right there so we can drain the water from the AC. Hose is kind of soft, so it just went in there really nicely. So, okay, so it looks like we're gonna make a hole somewhere in this area right here. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's see where we make that hole. So I was just reinstalling the kick panel to see if there was any binding. There isn't. It actually has perfect gap right there. So, yay! So now we actually drill. And there it is. We have a hole for the drain. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna cut that. Let me show you how it turned out inside. And there you go. We got it from there. Going down, down, nice, all the way to the wall, and just going down. Now we're gonna install the kick panel, and it should look normal, like nothing happened there. I need to make the holes on the carpet. So I'm using the soldering iron to make the holes. I'm using magnets to place the carpet exactly where it needs to be done. So hole, and then we can bolt it back up, and it should be permanent. We'll reconnect this guy because I had to make a hole on the carpet right here to pass it through so that it doesn't look all rinky-dink. All right, let's make some holes. So this is how it turned out. I mean, look at that. Those are pretty. Pretty. I'm gonna move this thing over a little bit. Pretty. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and put it on permanently. I'm pretty much done. I just have to do my RCAs and all that power for the amplifier and stuff like that. But AC system is basically installed. Now, check this out. See how that looks now? Amp, pump. Okay, like I said, we made holes with the iron. So easy to do. Anyways, so now it looks really nice and tucked. Went ahead and made a hole right here so that the AC line would exit this carpet area, so it looks nice and, proper. And now it's nice and tight over there. And nice and, well, okay, so I got a couple of wires that still are showing. We'll just push those down there. You can't see that shit. But it looks good. Perfect. Finally, we're pulling vacuum. It's been pulling vacuum for the last 10 minutes. See how much it's dropped here? About negative 26 psi. Yeah, negative 26 psi. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close the valve so it can't suck anymore, because it really sucks. And we'll be back to see if that still registers negative 26.
2 hours later.
Got distracted. It's been a couple hours actually. See where we're at. But look at that, 26, negative 26. Did not change. All right, so I'm confident we don't have any leaks. So I'm gonna go ahead and start recharging it. Okay, those are my readings with one can. I need to go get another can. Apparently it takes almost 2 cans of these style. So these are 240s, and it needs a total of 600 grams of 600 grams of refrigerant. It's almost empty, so I'm gonna let it run through the system, and then I'm gonna take a temperature, see what it does. I just took another temperature reading outside. That's what it measures inside the garage. Let's try this now, see what it. Fucking 37. I don't think I need more Freon. That thing is doing really good. 37. All right. She's ready for the summer. Now I can put everything back together. Oh, dear God. It's cold in here. This thing works. Now I need to get some little deflectors so I can get air, blowing in my face over here. I figured maybe I 3D print something, but this is the way it turned out. This is how it looks. I still have to glue this thing. Let's try that. This is how it turned out. That little loop-de-doop. Had to do that. So I get rid of the lines so they're not in, all bulky and shit. So, all right, so that is it. Gonna go ahead and turn it off. Let's see how this sounds when it's turning off. It's spinning down. Okay. That thing just turned off right now. Okay, so we got our AC working. She's a blowing cold air. So it's functional. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the, that turns on all this shit without turning my coil on. Okay. Okay, I got the front amplifier hooked up. That would be this speaker. So I still have need to get more speakers, obviously. That side it's back here. And then I'm gonna put more speakers underneath the seat just to get more the voice and the tweeter action, because it's too, the bass boom bottom is too powerful for that. So I need more and more, add more speakers. So let me go see the amplifier, how that looks. All right. Okay, yeah, she's powered up. All right. So that's its new location right there. I think it looks bitchin'. I think that looks bitchin'. I think probably time to, no, I still need to add more speakers, more speaker lines. So I'm tired. I'm just gonna do this some other day. All right, so that's as far as I got with the bug. I still have to finish the dash. There's stuff that's still hanging. There's wires hanging in the back there. That's for this guy. And once I finish this, that'll go away. And that's it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to, unfortunately I didn't think about this before. Yeah, that right there. So I'm gonna drill it right there and get some power to this so that we have connector so I can charge my phone. Of course I can charge it to the USB. You know what? This is old school. We're going USB. All right, USB it is.
1 week later.
All right, so just another update. This project is actually taking over a month, just on the weekends. Just a couple of hours a day. I'm not doing, I'm not spending the whole day working on it. So this is why it's just taking forever. And plus, I've had to work on other projects like the MK7, the bracket for the alternator, the gasket leaked, so the oil was getting into the coolant. And then 2 days later, the damn water pump, third water pump broke. So we were leaking water everywhere. So we were working on that car, and basically this just got put to the side. That's just the way it is. Anyways, been working on it for the last month, and this is where we're at. I am thinking, I absolutely love this, the way it looks. It just looks very, very nice. I really thought about actually painting this like matted black so it doesn't look too, like what the fuck kind of thing. But I like the way it looks though, how it's all laying out. One thing I have to tell you, I did reroute all my hoses like at least 5 times. These, the ones that come to the condenser, both of them are I think they're perfect length if you just run it through the side right here, like that, like that, and then they just get to where they have to go, and you don't have to tuck anything really. As far as this low pressure, I think I called it high pressure last time. I was being dyslexic. This is the low pressure, okay? You'll know because the little thing right here, before you connect anything, it'll be blue, so that's low. The red / orangey
blocking plate right here, it's red, so that's high pressure. Anyways, this low pressure I had to tie down underneath the roof of this from underneath, because you can't see anything, so you can't see it. So I had to hide the excess, because you saw how it looked. It just looked like shit. So hit it down there. It worked great. As far as the wiring, it was too long, so I pulled it back inside, and basically it's just gonna be underneath the seat and then connected to a battery. No big deal. So that worked out really good. As far as the wiring that comes here and goes to the evaporator underneath, this guy. Okay, there's like 7 feet of too much wire. So I'm not gonna do another roll of wire. Just, it's gonna look like shit. So I just lopped it off and then reconnected everything, soldered it, and basically used shrink tubing and called it a good. So we're moving on from there. But basically, that's the way it is. I want to tell you this, okay, because you might not get instructions. I didn't get instructions. This is the turn on remote, okay? This is coming from a green wire from the evaporator that's inside. Okay, green wire. I know it looks black, but it's green. It's actually green, okay? Anyways, turn on. This is remote. This is power, okay, coming in from the switch, okay, when you turn it on. This will turn on the pump. This one is F negative. I know. I didn't do this. It wasn't me. F negative means fan negative. Now, this can be configured to push-pull. Basically, if you flip around the other red wire that comes from here, from this fan, if you flip it around, you'll make it push. Air will flow from over here that way. If you put it like this, the way it is right now, it'll actually blow air from here that way. So I have to flip those backwards, because the power is being, the red goes to here from the electric fan. Red, and then the black. But I'm gonna have to flip them around so that this thing actually blows instead of pull. Right now it's pulling, but I haven't fucked with it yet because I just don't have time. Anyways, but that's gonna get fixed. But basically, this is your negative power, and this is your positive power. So the fan and the thing connect to the same location. The electric fan connects here and here. But basically that is the main power, okay, from your red cable. All right, just wanted to clarify that, because if you try to hook it up and you don't know how to hook it up, you're gonna blow it up, you're gonna damage the inverter, and you're gonna have a bad day, and maybe your wires are gonna melt everywhere. I saw one on Amazon, on the comments. They basically said their junk, it all melted. Well, yeah, I think that he connected it wrong. Anyways, the guys at that sell you that, it's basically you have to ask for them for the instructions, the electrical instructions, or you're not going to get anything, and you're going to be screwed. As far as knowing how to connect what hose goes where, basically I just use a generic picture of an AC system off Google. Okay, it just shows you, oh, okay, the high pressure goes connected from the pump to blah, and then the condenser goes connected to blah, 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 Basically use the picture from Google. And everything works. What else? Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I just wanted to touch base on that. I gotta move on. Gotta make a hole there. But first, we're gonna restore this whole interior because it looks like shit. We're gonna start the engine cold because I want the least RPMs on the engine. So we're gonna raise up the voltage a little bit with the AC on. I'm gonna replace this fuel pump because it's too noisy. You hear that? Okay, anyways. Pump, pump, pump. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and turn this on. The AC is on now.
voltage is just way too low. So we're gonna use this to calibrate. It's at 5. There we go. There we go. It's around 6 now on this scale. On this scale, it's on 6 now. It was on 5. This one's still 5. Going up. Okay, right there. What's our voltage? It's still too low. Damn it. We're gonna go up higher then. And the half is starting to go up. Oh, let me see. Right there. 13. I'm good with that. Because when the engine warms up, it's going to be like at 1200 or 1100 RPMs. Right there, let me check on the... Oh, we're at 900 RPMs. 900 RPMs. That'll keep my batteries from dropping when I got the AC going. All right, this is done. Okay, now I got to put my bug together from the interior. Okay, everything's pretty much done except for that hole that I have to make. But basically, no more running wires, no more running anything, no more trying to hide nothing. This is the rat's nest. This is where it used to be anyway. So that's the way it looks now. This is the trunk, the frunk. Basically, we got our front seats installed, and this is the way it looks. Yeah. So, oh yeah, I still have to install that. So I lied. Anyways, here's our AC. Oh man, it's blowing. Oh wait, you know what? It still hits me. It still comes this way and hits my face. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. All right. So, yeah, it's cold. Oh, wow, it's cold. Okay, let's turn that off. Just need to install this, and this wire, basically, they disappear. Okay. So, pretty much done with, oh yeah, my rear seat. I need to put my rear seat back on. Other than that, we have our RPMs beefed up, increased. It's probably idling at 900. I think I saw the tachometer, 900 RPMs. I could go higher, to get like 13.5 volts, but lower 13s, it's fine. I just don't want the batteries to drain. The RPMs will increase as the engine warms up anyway, so it'll be probably idling at around 1100 RPMs when it's, nice and hot. So my voltage should be, in theory, 1450 approximately. So it's just when it's cold that I want it a little bit, higher RPM so that the volts are at least above 13 volts. Exhaust hole done. There we go. Damn! Exhaust hole. I did have to remove some spot welds. There. And apparently there was one more right there that I missed, but it broke very easily, so wasn't a big deal. Got lucky there. So basically, this is where it's gonna sit. I did remove the shift rod hole thing right there, and the one that's in the back also, because it's for your shift rod when you're replacing your bushings. That's how you take out your shift rod, through here. And basically took it out so that it also exhausts. So this got that big hole right there and another little hole over there. This is going to be an intake. And I'm thinking that this hood is probably going to leak like a sieve. So it should be able to suck air from these edges, and possibly be okay. So it's just going to be a test. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to have to make more holes here. Similar size holes here, and there to, help it cool. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make the cardboard template right here and basically see how that's going to work. Cardboard template is done.
It's going to be captured by the gas tank bolts, like yay. This flap is going to go like that, seal that area. This flap is going to go down. And then this side, the flap goes down, sealing that. And that pretty much seals the whole thing. So I'm going to make this out of metal now. And I am officially done. I can drive this thing anywhere I want.
But I need to cut that first and paint it so it doesn't look ratty. It's going to look really good. It's going to look pro. Or at least DIY pro. How's that? That's more or less how it turned out. Rust on the upside, upstairs, it came off 100%. On the bottom, I didn't really care much, so you can see the freckling right there. Okay, that's just painted rust. But over here, it did remove all of it. You know, what you can see. All right, so this thing just drops in right there. Just drops in, that's it. Is that it? Yeah, pretty much. Just drops in. Okay, I need to fix this. Okay, right there. Okay. There you go. Bolt. Bolt. There we go. Perfect. That perfectly sealed. Well, it's not perfect. I do have sponge tape. I don't know where I left it. I was telling my wife I have sponge tape for this project. No idea where I put it. Eventually I'll find it and then I'll put it on. But for now, it's going to run without the sponge tape. It's not leaking much. It won't leak that much. So, all right. I'm going to put the bolts back on and we will consider this project 100% done. We're done. It's actually running right now. I was looking for leaks, you know, like trying to feel air coming out of, you know, leaking over this way. I'm not feeling anything. Oh, wow. You telling me it actually worked? Damn. This is how it turned out. Okay. Well, that fan picked up some speed. I just turned it on like a minute ago. I don't know what temperature this thing is gonna show. Okay. It's dropping fast. Oh yeah. Okay. It's only been on for about a minute. I'm very, very, very satisfied. The whole thing is done. The interior is done. No more hanging wires anywhere. Everything looks normal. I just gotta get my seat back here. She's over there somewhere. So I'm gonna throw it in and I consider this done. This summer is gonna be awesome. Yeah, Bakersfield gets hot, man. Average temperature here is 105 in the summer for 3 months. And when we get heat waves, it's 110 to 115. Every now and then it'll go to 120. So I am ready for it. Like I said, I don't know if this is gonna be enough. I might have to make a hole here, 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 and here, just so that it's able to suck. But I suspect that this is actually gonna be enough, because these things, they leak like a sieve, okay? It's just air leaks like you wouldn't believe. So I'm not gonna do those holes until I determine that we need more cooling. Fresh air. All right. This is pretty much it, the video. I hope you liked it, because we did not ruin the look of the rear engine. There is no freaking ugly compressor back here being driven by belts. None of that shit is like it should be. Electric AC pump, the way to go. It's the way of the future. All right, I am done. Adios, muchachos. Adios, muchachas. I los guacho. Oh, yeah. One of those days,